I'm also thinking of, in reference to your book, you mentioned VUCA, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. And then you mentioned that you reference countries, organizations, teams, people basically coming out of the pandemic with new clarity and awareness to broaden their minds by expanding their possibilities and thinking through their future decision making. How do you think VUCA relates to not just issues that we presently face coming out of COVID, but also issues in terms of our personal life and also how we conduct ourselves professionally within organisations?
Well, I feel a bit guilty because VUCA or VUCA has become a bit of a cliche. Over the time we were writing the book, and it's taken about 3 years or possibly more now from starting it to get it actually published in physical form. But I think the main message there is one of how do we cope with greater complexity in our world. And we're not the kind of first generation or the first set of people to have experienced greater complexity, but we're certainly experiencing plenty of complexity. And partly that's simply because there's more people in the world. Partly it's because we've had massive technological advances. And partly I think it's because in a way we're battling with nature and it's not going that well. We used to think we can control nature. Now we realize that nature's controlling us. So we're faced with all of this complexity. We're faced with all this volatility, uncertainty. And the question is, how do you navigate your way through that? Mm. Will the ways that you thought about things 10, 20 years ago help you navigate your way through that? And for a lot of people, I think they're thinking, well, actually, this is difficult to cope with. And unless they learn to cope, well, to think about it in a different way, they're going to suffer.